Good afternoon. So March is Brain Injury Awareness Month. Well, a lot of people don't know about TBI. So I'm going to ask you to actually watch this all the way through. For one reason, it's going to be educational. Because if you don't know much about TBI, well, you're going to do it after this. You saw the community post with a picture of the fire hydrant. That's on State Route 12, aka Laurel Hill Ave. And it's at the intersection of you, buddy. Lady, you better stop. It's at the intersection of Walnut Street. I'm at Walmart. February 1982, 7:45 a.m. It just snowed like a mother. About 8 hours prior to. Actually, it was a little over 8 hours. And I usually caught the bus on right at Walnut Street in Laurel Hill, opposite side of the road of the fire hydrant. But that day I thought I missed it. Because the bus went up 3 miles to the North State Hospital and did a U-turn and came back. That was a turnaround spot. So I thought I missed the bus. Then when I saw her, to this day, 41, I didn't calculate to figure out how long ago. Then I got hit by a car. 41 years. To this day, I don't remember ever seeing that car. Back then, we had big, heavy coats with big, heavy hoods, and I was wearing one. Maybe that blocked a view. I don't know. The old man would hit me, and I do mean he was an old man. Very nice guy. I'm sure he's long gone, but I probably went long gone years ago. Because when I say old, I'm not being mean or disrespectful. He was literally, as a kid, I'd say he was in the 70s or 80s. Back then. He was doing 10 miles an hour when him and I collided. I had hit the car, and my head hit the fire hydrant. 100 stitches. A bus driver. I'm gonna try to be somewhat nice for once in my life with this one. That, trust me, is very, very hard. Her name was Pat Gagliano. She lied to Norwich PD, said she was not even around, and the old man and I looked at her like, bitch, what drugs are you on and smoking? That's modern terminology, not literally back then. Because she said she wasn't even on the road, and yet she was within 100 foot. Whoops. Why she lied, nobody ever found out. But when she got caught on that lie right at the Norwich PD when they were trying to find out what the hell happened. And needless to say, she went back to the bus station, right? To get fired. 4 line when there was no reason for it. Because believe it or not, it was the state of Connecticut's fault. See, Connecticut, I don't know if they still have that law in the books, but you used to have a law where you will have sidewalks and roads cleaned within 3 hours after a snowstorm ends. It was 8 hours later. Now, I'm going to try to, I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can so it doesn't take all that much time. I can remember that day like it was 2 seconds ago. The rest of that decade, the rest of the next 40 years, I won't remember this next week. And I'll tell people that when we talk about TBI face to face, but in this situation, I've never said that. So when you heard me say my memory's shot, Swiss cheese has less holes than my memory. Save the comments, because I'm trying to get to this through this and find out why I say that. Now, some of you people have met me at the Summer Wells thing up at Hawkins County Motel 6 last year. Never knew I had TBI, did you? You wouldn't. Hell, I went on and drive a rig cross country. Gotta go with the mail. So you never knew. See? I can get up and walk. I did that sarcastically. You never knew. You never know. My point behind this one is real simple. Not all scars are visible. You don't always know somebody's got traumatic brain injury. When I got diagnosed in '96, I went doing some research. Back then, 5,000 cases went unreported in the state of Connecticut a year alone. Well, North of the box. Good grief, boy. Hang on, there's something out of a box. So you figure that was back in '96. This is 2023. Good example. How many NFL football players do you think have traumatic brain injury? Every single one of them. How many ever get checked out and diagnosed? If I've had to venture a guess, I'd say slim and none. Now, example. Maybe I want to throw this in the car. A good example of how to get traumatic brain injury is real simple. Take a bowl of water, put some blown glass in it, and what's going to happen? It's going to get shattered. That's basically your brain. Now, if my camera flips out, I'm not going to re-record this like I've already done this one. So I'm sorry about that in the first place. You know, for years I used to tell everybody, you can deal with TBI or it'll deal with you. Well, I talk the talk, but I'll tell you what, I didn't realize it was dealing with me nicely. Now, I went to Gaylord Hospital in Wallingford, Connecticut, talked to a team of doctors, and they said, "Why are you here?" And honestly, my first response was to shut my damn mother up. She's been nagging me for years. Because my ex-wife, Cody Montana's biological mother, and I'm being nice calling her that, we don't know. At any rate, she used to tell my mother, but living with that is like living with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. My mother had an inclination, she pretty much figured it out, because she remembered what the doctor told her the day I was hit. You will see changes in that. Well, she never told anybody else. And back then, TBI was new, so nobody really knew much about it. I mean, the first case diagnosis back in the 1800s, his name was Phineas Gage. He was a railroad worker and it put a spike right through his eye. And then, like, well, as I go out, because I'm not going to be working for a while, I got a long story, but I got things doing for around the house I got to get done. We got to flip one of the houses. We own 3 houses, and I got to get one of them back up online. I've lost my train of thought. That's another thing with TBI. Also, if you know somebody's got mood swings that quick, memory loss, emotionally distant at times, don't roll TBI out. I had to pull out the calculator to see how long it's been since I was hit by that car. I mean, my hands were crushed by a forklift in 1988, and I used to be able to tell you that, how many years that was. Yeah, that hand, both hands. Don't ask which fingers I want to get your Novocaine to cut off, because you won't believe me. I'm being nice and trying not to. It's the middle. The only one that got broke is that one. But with TBI, I mean, I could do video on video on video on this for the next 50 years. That's part of the reason why I've got problems. Me trying to get words right doesn't work. I just never told anybody. But back to one thing I was going to tell you. Your memory with TBI is, that's a colossal joke. But one thing I will say is I've had hit by a car, mugged, in 1985. Hit truck accident in 91. Any one of them I could have been dead. But God said, no, you're not. Because I remember the doctor telling my mother if it was anybody else, Dad said, he literally told her, if it had been anybody else, they would have been dead. It was that bad. He literally said, your son has a thick skull. Thank God I did. For once that stupid expression comes into play. Now I'm going to do I remember I'm going to try to do another video so I can try to keep you all up in the loop of everything, but I'm almost done, so I'm going to be cutting this short, and I'm sorry, but and we know my thing about filming at the house don't happen. But with TBI, you just, I mean, my current Lori, my current wife, I put her through hell the last 25 years. And they had me on all kinds of meds. And my adopted mom, my mother died June 23rd, 2001. A few months before my youngest daughter was born. And my adopted mom, who I've known since I was like 8 or 9, had a book. And I can't remember what you call that stupid thing. It goes, had all these antidepressants. And one, which I forgot to get at Walmart, damn it. And had one thing over the counter that covered all. Because they had me on Zoloft. I hated that stuff. St. John's Wort covers all of it. I've been on St. John's Wort for the last since 2001. I meant to get some at Walmart, just not forgot. It's over the counter. I might have to make another video on this, people. I'm sorry. Because I'll be home in like a minute and a half at best. But maybe I'll do some on the community posts. I seem to like doing that more than videos. But with TBI, you've got to remember this. But like in my case, my brain is always literally going. It's like a pincushion. Now, when I had cancer, I tried smoking pot. Nope. After 41 years, I cannot have my brain slow down. You might as well just unplug your refrigerator. It has the same effect. I'm used to it. So for me, my brain's spinning out of control all the time, running all the time is normal. I can't deal with it any other way. But on that note, I'm on my road. But you guys bear with me. Ask any question you want when it comes to something like this, and I will do my best to answer it. One thing I will say before I close this is I've got a bad attitude about walking across the street with a car now, because my attitude is like, what do you do, hit me? Bend it, and I got the t-shirt and send this son of a bitch back. Not a good attitude. But on that note, I'll try to remember if I go out tomorrow to do another video and try to remember where I was to pick up from. So I will catch you on the flip flop.